everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Siobhan, nice to meet you. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below. If you like girly glam videos, this is the perfect place to be. In this video, as you can already tell from the title, I have filmed a tutorial with the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. I was going to call it Desert Dust, but I realised I don't have that one. That's the new one. This is the old one. But this is really, really pretty. You can still get it on Cult Beauty. I've had a look and you can still get it, so I'll link it down below if you are interested. This isn't a sponsored video or anything like that. I just really wanted to play with the palette. I brought this palette when I went to America, when I went to New Orleans to the Sephora just to keep myself busy for my last day in the States. I picked this out because I just had to have it and I have not been disappointed with it at all. I absolutely love this palette. So I've just got around to filming this video. I wanted to have a play and use some colours that I probably wouldn't use, because in this palette they have some really gorgeous like red shadows. So the shade Fling, this red shade called Man Eater, and the shade Bossy are like my three favourite shades. I love like reds and warms and just warm colours. Give them to me. But yeah, if you want to see how I created this makeup look right here, then please carry on watching and I'll show you how. So for this tutorial I'll be taking the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. You would have seen this all over YouTube and Instagram by now. I'm extremely late to the party. I actually brought my palette when I went to America and I got it at Sephora in New Orleans. But yeah, this is the palette itself. It's absolutely beautiful. Like, just look at it, it's stunning. I wanted to film with this on my channel for a while, but obviously, as you guys may or may not know, I was just going through a really stressful time, didn't have like time to film or like the motivation to film. So now I've got my little studio set up. I was like, just film with it, even though you've had it for ages, let's just film and create a look. So I had a little play and I've come up with this look here, which is really pretty. It's perfect for like a night out or like a nice dinner, like a night out kind of look. It's really sultry and sexy. I really like this eye makeup look. So let's get straight into it. Where's my brush? There it is. Right, so the first brush I'll be taking is the Sigma E40 tapered blending brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Sandalwood, which is this one right here. It's just kind of like the stereotypical transition colour, like the soft kind of like medium brownie shade. So I'm swirling my brush into it and then tapping off the excess. Then I'm going to blend this into the crease of my eye, starting at the outer corner and then just building up the intensity as I go along. If you're blending like out into the transition like shade, like your first shade, I would start off with a bigger brush and work your way like to a smaller one. So I'm just going to blend that in to the crease of the eye and like bring it upwards into a point into like the tail of my brow. It's firework night weekend. I'm filming this on Friday the 3rd of November, and obviously people are letting off fireworks and stuff, and the little dog who lives here, I live with my stepmom's now by the way, is freaking out, bless her, because of the fireworks. So if you hear like random noises, that's what that is. But I thought I would do a talk through tutorial because I rarely do them, just because I find that they're really long. But nowadays I feel like people prefer the talk through videos when you actually get to chat and like, you know, gossip and whatnot. Now I'm going to go in with the Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush and the shade Cocoa, which is this one here. It's like a very warm purpley brown colour. It's really, really pretty. I haven't actually used this shade until today. I've just mainly used the red tones. Surprise, shock. Swelling my brush into that and then tapping off the excess. And then I'll be taking this on the exact same place, except I won't be like wiggling it up. I want to kind of keep it more focused in the crease. I like to take the brush when I get to this part and kind of like brush it downwards, just like onto the lid, so it really helps to darken up that outer corner. Then I've just popped a little bit more of that sandalwood colour. I'm going to apply it just above, just to keep blending it out. Then to really intensify things, I'm going to go in with this black shade called Black Truffle. It's like a pure matte black. It's really pigmented and really good. I haven't used a black eyeshadow like to smoke out things for a very long time, and I used to just use like just black eyeshadow and then like one colour. For some reason just haven't been using black eyeshadow like on a night out or anything like that, so let's give it a go. So I'm just going to pop that on the outer corner as well. I'm going to kind of like dab it just to get off the excess product on a brush that won't tap off. And then tilt my head back and pop it through the crease. This look is going to take a lot of blending. These shadows are very pigmented, I think. I really adore this palette. It's had a lot of mixed reviews on it. Some people hate it, some people love it. I loved it. I think it's so good. So it looks a bit of a mess at the moment, but you can see like on the other side where I've just blended it out. Just take time, so just definitely like have patience with this. Have patience, take your time, just enjoy the process. I love the process of doing my makeup. Like, I get asked on like a daily basis pretty much, how long do you take to do your makeup? And I get it's like, oh, I wonder how long it takes to do a look, like if it's like really full beat like glam and everything. But it's not necessarily how long I take, I would just take how much time I have. I enjoy that process. Like if I'm going on like a heavy night out or I've got something exciting planned, then the getting ready process pretty much starts the night before. So like epilating my legs, fake tanning, face mask. Like I just love it all. I love the process of it. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Cocoa again. I've tapped off the excess, I might just dab it on the back of my hand as well. And then I'm just going to really softly run that under like over the top of that like black line to diffuse it out. You can see on here like it's starting to look more like this as it goes on. Then because I'm applying those really nice foiled shadows from that palette, I want something for the shadows to stick to. So I'm taking this cream colour base from Maybelline in a shade On and On Bronze. I think in the US it's called Bad for Bronze, but it is the exact same thing. But any kind of like bronzy base will do, just something for the shadows to stick to. Taking this synthetic brush. I got this from a brand called Makeup International. It was just in my like college kit when I went to makeup school. But any flat synthetic brush will work. So what I'm doing here is just kind of like pulling the eyelid taut a little bit, just so it's like easier to apply. Then using the flat side of the brush to create like a nice sharp line. It won't look that sharp because I'm going to blend it out a little bit, but it just makes the look a bit neater. Then I'll be taking my MAC Fix Plus on my MAC 242 brush. This is the best brush I find for like really packing on colour. I'm going to spritz the brush with a little bit of Fix Plus, shake it off, and then wipe the excess on my hand so it's not like really wet. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Bless, which is this gorgeous bronzy gold shade. So I'm just loading up with the brush with some product. Because they are foiled, you can find that it will start to flake off a bit, so just make sure to tap off the excess. Otherwise you'll like get loads of glitter on your face. And with shadows like this, I always do my eyes first. Like I usually do my eyes first with any look, but definitely with these shadows because they'll just get everywhere otherwise. So I'm just going to apply that to the lid. Just look how gorgeous that is. I'm mainly focusing this on like the inner third, like the inner 2/3 of my eye, I would say. I mean, just look, it's just so beautiful. Got me home. Then I'm going to go in with another like flat shader brush. This is a Zoeva 234 Smoky shader brush. Spritzing that with a bit of Fix Plus just to dampen it up a little bit. Then I'm going in with the shade Dubai, which is like, it's just like another like dark, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a grungy bronze. Like it's got a bit of black in it, I feel. I don't even know how to describe this colour. So I'm going to apply that over the top of that bronzy shade to blend it in, and packing it on the outer corner as well. And then I'm just going to bring it further in like this eye when it slowly gradiates towards the lighter bronze shadow. Then I'm going to go in with a tiny little bit more of that black shadow, like a tiny bit. Even going to tap the brush on the back of my hand a couple times just to get rid of any excess product. And then I'm just going to blend this in to the outer corner. Then I don't know if I want to do a shimmery brow bone just yet. So I'm just going to go in with the shade Bay on the MAC Tooth. I don't even know what number this is anymore. It's like the flat fluffy one, but I'll link it in the down bar below. And take a little bit of this colour. It's just kind of like a creamy off-white shade, completely matte, but I think it will make a nice change with shimmery brow bone. But I probably will change my mind when I like highlight my face later on, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. It's a Friday night, I'm playing with makeup, I'm not going anywhere. I'm literally doing this makeup look because I want to keep filming. I'm feeling motivated, feeling creative, I want to film, but I'm not going anywhere. Bit of a waste of makeup, isn't it? I mean, is it? No, never wasted makeup, but I mean, I don't have anyone to show it off to. My boyfriend's at work, I'll Snapchat him. But apart from that, I'm going to take this makeup off in a bit and then edit the video and get it uploaded for Sunday. There you go. Next step is I'm going to take this liner from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Dark Side. This is such a good liner, such a good liner. So I didn't want to do a wing for some reason, just wasn't really feeling the wing. I feel like the smoky outer edge kind of does the work for you. But I do want to add something to the lash line just to kind of darken it up a bit. So I just took this liner, just kind of ran it over the top lash line, just kind of like smushing it into the lashes. But trying to stay tight, like not a thick line at all, just staying as close to the lashes as physically possible. Then I'm applying some liner to the top rim of my eyeball, just to help further darken it up. I'm also going to apply some to like this part of my eye as well, but I'm not going to do that until afterward, just because these lights are starting to make my eyes water a bit. I'm just going to put on some lip balm because my lips are super dry. Got some lip balm. We should ignore the colour, it's just to moisturise them. Then I'm going to curl my lashes. I'm taking the Avon lash curler. It's so dirty, but any eyelash curler will do. And then for mascara, I really like this mascara. I'm never like that fussed on mascaras because I just think you're putting false eyelashes on anyway. But this one is the MAC in Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash Mascara. I really like this. I think when it kind of goes dry, I might actually treat myself and buy the actual tube. This is just one of those samples that comes if you place an order with MAC online. Can't remember when I ordered with MAC online, but it was a long time ago. So my mascara have been applied, ready for these lashes. These are super long, but they aren't really thick, so you can still see the shadow like behind the lashes, which I really like. These lashes are the Ardell Wispies in the number 113. They just are pretty standard lashes. They aren't anything too fancy, but I really like them. They're basically just really long, they're thicker at the outer corner, and they're really like a nice thin band as well, so they're easy to apply. So I'm going to pop these on off camera because it is so difficult to put lashes on camera, and I'll be right back to show you the face. So before we go onto the face, I just realised I needed to finish off my lower lashes. So I'm taking the liner we used for the top lash line and the waterline, applying that in the inner rim of my eye. This eye is getting really watery. This is like my watery eye, but it's the one with the good eyebrow, and it's really annoying. Like, for some reason it just decides, I'm gonna water today. Can you not? Anyway, I'm applying some of this under my lower lash line as well. This will just help to give like a really intense look. You do not have to be neat with this, like you can see how messy I'm applying this right now. Then I'm going to go in with the same shadows we applied to the top of the lid. So I'm going in, where's my brush? Going in with that Huda Beauty palette, taking that brush and like running it through the shade Blessed. Then I'm going to apply that on top of that black. Then I'm going to go in with the other brush and take the shade Dubai and apply that on the outer part of my lower lash line. Then for that inner corner highlight, I'm taking this shimmery eye pencil from Primark. As you can see, it's like well loved, and I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of this. I'll have to go and find like an alternate. Like, just find yourself like a shimmery eye pencil and then apply this before you apply your inner corner highlight. I promise you it will be popping. For the inner corner highlight, where's my pencil brush? There you are. I'm taking the Glow Kit from Anastasia. This is the shade Sweets. They've just released the Sugar Glow Kit, and that has the shade Marshmallow in it as well, which is the one I'll be using. I'm taking the shade Marshmallow, tapping off the excess, and then it's just gonna go to work on that inner corner. So pretty. Let's go on to the face. So to start off with, I've kind of run out of this spray. I would usually use this. It's the Rimmel Instafix and Go spray. I don't really know if it makes a difference, but I really like the feeling of the spray on my face before. So I'm going to skip that because I think it's run out, but I'm taking the MAC Strobe Cream in the shade Gold Light. This stuff is so nice. I used to have really oily skin, but recently where the weather's been getting dry, I've actually kind of had like dry skin, which is really weird for me. So I'm just putting that on my fingers. I put some like instant fake tan on, so it might look a bit weird when I rub it in, but it'll look fine once I put like foundation and everything over the top. This acts as like almost like a primer to help like moisturize, primer. So for foundation, I am going to take the Fenty Beauty foundation from Rihanna. I love this foundation, it's so freaking good. The shade won't really match me that well, but we're going to make it work. This is in the shade 200 if you are interested. So I'm just going to squeeze some of that onto my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I like a lot of foundation, so I actually apply like a lot of pumps, like all over my face. Especially where I'm like quite spotty at the moment. I just like to help with the coverage, and then that way you have to like spend less time concealing. So I'm just going to pounce that all over my face. As you can see, it's a tiny bit paler than like my neck because of the fake tan, but I am going to bronze up so it will blend in, I promise. That's a tip, like if you're someone like me who like can't afford to buy like 10 different foundations in every single shade and like you don't have one to match your fake tan, just don't worry about it, just blend it out, and then when you bronze it will kind of just look like you highlighted. You'll see what I mean by the end of the video. But it looks ridiculous now, but when I'm finished I promise it will look so much nicer. So I'm just going to blend that into the skin just in little like bouncing motions, beating thy face if you will. For contour, I can't find my Mink Stick to Flawless like foundation from Anastasia, but I did find this old favourite, which is the Elegant Pro Concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze. It's very thick and very pigmented, it sets very quickly, so I'm gonna like do like a section at a time because otherwise I will look a hot mess and it won't look nice and contoured. So to blend it out, I'm gonna take the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Then I'm also going to take that under my lip, down like the sides of my nose. Sounds weird, but I'm going to let this one kind of like set for a little bit just because it'll just look a little bit nicer. Then I'm going to apply it like on my pretend jawline. I don't have a very good jaw, so this like helps it look a little bit nicer in pictures. Under my chin, attempt to like kind of like diminish the double chin, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend out with nose contour. I'm going to like pinch the brush. I'm going to pinch the brush a little bit, say that 10 times fast. So blend out like the tip of the nose, and then like to blend out this bit I'm going to like put it upwards and then rub it down. So concealer, I'm actually going to take 2 different concealers just because it's a proper dramatic look, so I want it to be extra. So I'm taking the Maybelline Age Rewind Instant Anti-Age, the eraser. It's called so many things. Under my, like on my chin in like a little circle shape. I'm going to apply a lot of concealer. Like above, sides of the mouth. Also when I fake tan it tends to stick to these patches, it helps to lighten the area up a little bit. Then I'm going to take it in a triangle shape on thy forehead, like so. You see me this in like every single tutorial. If you want me to do like a video just on like my face makeup, then let me know and I'll definitely do that for you. And then take it down in a straight line down the nose and then twist up a little bit more and apply quite a heavy amount under the eyes, just because the eyes are so dark. I want a really bright under eye. Doing a shape like this is a quick little tip actually if you're like fairly new to makeup. Doing a shape like this will help to really brighten the eye, whereas if you were to do this, it won't really brighten the eye as much because of just the angle of it. You want to brighten this area as well. Then I'm also going to take the Rimmel Wake Me Up Concealer in the shade Ivory, which isn't actually that pale, but anyway, I'm applying that to my chin. It's just for like extra coverage. I want it to be super full coverage, this look. Then I'm going to go to work, take my sponge and just blend it all out. So for my cream highlight, I'm going to use the cream shade from this Sleek Makeup Solstice palette. This is like my favourite highlighter palette, it's just beautiful. I'm just going to take this on my ring finger, like run it around a few times, and then with my finger kind of angled like this, I'm just going to press it onto the highest part of my cheekbone and softly blend it out. Then I'm going to take next finger along to blend it out. It doesn't have any product on it. Otherwise what you'll find is you'll have way too much product and it will look really weird. There you go. So for the highlighter, I'm going to take the Glow Kit from Anastasia, Beverly Hills, the one I used on my inner corner. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the highlighter brush. This is the A23 highlighter brush from Anastasia. Give that a little bit of a swirl around. And then I'm going to just apply that wave of that cream highlight, and you can see just how poppin' that is. Yes! So for the rest of the face we need to set everything, so I'm going to take my Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder because it's the best powder ever. I don't feel the need to try any other powder. If you can find another powder that I prefer over this, then I'll be there. So I'm just going to set everything into place using the Spectrum's Collections brush, just patting it in just to lock everything into place. Then I'm going to contour. You know exactly what is coming. The Anastasia contour kit in the shade Java with my MAC 109 brush. To be honest, it's not like I love this contour kit. Don't get me wrong, like I love it. It's not that I don't want to try anything else. It's that I can't afford to buy new makeup right now. So this is what we're working with. But you can work with anything you have at home. You don't need to like, you know, go out and like get specific products. Like, you'd be surprised if you're a makeup lover, have a rummage like through your makeup stash and get inspired. Like, go through all of your eyeshadows. So I'm just contouring under my cheekbones and top of my forehead. Like, go through all of your eyeshadows and just like close your eyes and just pick 3 random shadows from the palette and think, I'm gonna make an eyeshadow look out of those 3 colours, and just see what you come up with. Then whatever's left on the brush, I'm just gonna run down the sides of my nose. For bronzer, I'm taking my favourite NYX Medium Matte Bronzer. If you watched Thursday's video, you would have seen that I was very excited that I found this again. And then apply this like kind of everywhere, so like on like a larger section of where you would contour, so like my forehead, like in between the highlight and the contour on my neck. Okay, and then for my cheekbones, I'm going to take this blush from NYX. This is in the shade Chiffon. Chiffon is my name, don't wear it. I'm going to take it on a Sigma brush. This is the Spotlight Duster brush from Sigma. Give that a good swirl. This brush is very fluffy, so like I probably won't pick up a lot of product, but I don't really want loads of blusher anyway because of like how bronzed the look is. Then I'm just going to apply that like in between the highlight and the bronzer, just to kind of like help blend it together a little bit. I'm going to apply a little bit of highlighter. Sorry if I feel a bit frantic, it's because everything is everywhere on my desk and I'm trying to like find everything. So applying just a little bit more highlight because we're going to. Where is my brow gel? Taking the clear brow gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm just going to run that through my brows. Apply some mascara to my lower lashes. So for the lips, I'm going in with Well Lip Liner from MAC. Apply a lip liner. I can't talk during this. This is the shade Ashton from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I'm just going to apply that to my lips. So this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial as much as I did filming it. I'm so happy to be back filming again. I said this in the last video and probably the video before, but I'm honestly so happy to like have my motivation back and like want to be creative and like, okay, I want to film that video, and like just in the swing of things and feeling like nice and creative and stuff. Like when you have a creative outlet, it's so annoying when you like lose the motivation or like have like a block almost. It's really annoying. So I'm so glad to have that back. It's such like a happy outlet for me as well. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. It would mean the absolute world. And if you really like my videos, hit the little bell and you'll be notified when I upload a new video, just because I know YouTube can be a bit glitchy sometimes putting videos into subscription boxes. But without further ado, I shall see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!